Did you know that the roots of your adult relationships were planted in your childhood? Yes, the way we connect, love, and argue as an adult can be traced back to your earliest experiences. It's like your childhood left clues for how you relate to others today. Intrigued? Let's unravel this together and discover how to turn these insights into stronger, healthier relationships today. In today's video, we're delving into a fascinating journey back to our childhoods to uncover how those early years shaped our adult relationships. Whether it's friendships, romantic partnerships, or how we interact in our professional lives, the blueprint of our connections has its roots in our childhood experiences. Think of your earliest memories, the time spent playing with friends, sitting around a table for family meals, or the quiet moments alone in your room. These weren't just simple daily activities. Without realizing it, you were in school, the school of life, where your very first lessons on how to talk to people, share your feelings, and understand others were taught not by teachers in classrooms, but by your experiences and the people around you. Research has revealed something interesting. The way we started learning about relationships as little kids plays a big part in how we deal with people now that we're grown up. Imagine that your childhood left you a set of blueprints. These aren't the type you'd use to build a house, but rather guidelines on how to build and maintain relationships. There are four main types of these relationship blueprints, also called attachment styles. Think of them as four different ways of dealing with love and friendship. The first is the secure attachment. This is like having a solid foundation under your house. If, as a kid, your family and friends were there for you, showing love and support, you probably feel pretty confident in your relationships. You find it easy to get close to people, but are also okay being on your own. The second is the anxious attachment. Imagine if sometimes your family and friends were very loving and other times not so much. This inconsistency might have left you feeling unsure about whether people would stick around when you need them. Now, as an adult, you might find yourself worrying a lot about your relationships, fearing that the people you care about may leave. The third is the avoidant attachment. Now, think about a situation where, as a child, you felt like you had to deal with things on your own because your family wasn't showing you much warmth or understanding. You might have learned to keep your distance from others, preferring to rely on yourself rather than risk getting hurt by someone else's lack of care. The fourth is the fearful avoidant attachment. This one is a mix of feeling anxious and wanting to keep your distance. If your childhood was tough with lots of ups and downs and maybe even some scary times, it could leave you feeling pretty conflicted. You want to be close to others, but you're also scared to fully trust them. Each of these styles shapes how we view and handle our relationships as adults. But the good news is, just because you've been following a certain blueprint doesn't mean you can't change it. Understanding your attachment style is like finding the map that shows you why you might feel a certain way in a relationship. And with this map, you can start navigating towards healthier, happier connections with others. Let's take a deeper look at the secure attachment, the ideal foundation. Imagine growing up in a home where your family was always there for you. Whether you scraped your knee, won an award, or just needed a hug, someone was there to cheer you up, celebrate with you, or offer comfort. This kind of support and love from caregivers or important people in your life sets the stage for what we call secure attachment. Think of secure attachment as having a rock solid foundation for building a house. Just like a house needs a strong base to stand firm, your emotional world needs a solid foundation to grow healthy relationships. If you have this secure base, you're likely to feel pretty good about yourself and confident in dealing with others. People with a secure attachment style are like relationship pros. They have confidence in themselves and their relationships. They're comfortable in their own skin and trust that they can handle whatever comes their way in a relationship. They don't worry excessively about being left alone or someone getting too close. They're balanced. They have this cool ability to be close to others without feeling lost in the relationship. They can also spend time on their own without feeling abandoned. It's like having the best of both worlds, enjoying togetherness, but also valuing personal space. They have healthy and fulfilling relationships because they're confident and balanced. They tend to have relationships that feel good and are built on mutual respect and understanding. They can share their feelings, support their partners, and also take care of their own needs. In simple terms, if your early years were filled with reliable and loving care, you've likely learned to build and maintain close, trusting relationships. If you're not scared to show love or to be loved, and you're just as comfortable being by yourself as you are with others, then this is the secure attachment style. This style is what many people aim for because it leads to happier and more satisfying connections with the people in their lives. Next, let's break down the anxious avoidant and fearful avoidant attachment styles. Now, life isn't a one size fits all, especially when it comes to how we were cared for as children. Not everyone had the chance to grow up in a rock solid, secure family home. Instead, some of us learn different ways of dealing with relationships, and this can get a bit tricky. The anxious attachment is also referred to as the roller coaster. Imagine always feeling like you're on a roller coaster in your relationships. This is what it's like for people with the anxious attachment style. As a kid, if your caregivers were sometimes there for you, but other times distant, you might have grown up never quite sure if the people you love are going to stick around. This can make you really crave closeness and affection as an adult, but at the same time, you're also a bit scared that you might be left alone. It's like wanting to hold on tight, but fearing that you might get hurt. The avoidant attachment or the lone wolf. Now, picture someone who's like a lone wolf, preferring to roam alone rather than with a pack. This is often how avoidant attachment feels. If, when you were younger, your caregivers didn't show much warmth or seem distant, you might have decided that relying on others is risky business. So you learn to go it alone, valuing your independence above all else. Getting too close to people feels uncomfortable, as if it's better to not need anyone at all rather than risk being let down. Then there's the fearful avoidant attachment, which can feel like being lost in a maze. Imagine wanting to find your way to closeness and trust, but every path seems to lead to fear and confusion. This style comes from a childhood where maybe there were a lot of inconsistencies, potentially trauma or neglect. As an adult, this leaves you in a tough spot, wanting to be close to others but also scared to trust them. It's like part of you is reaching out, but another part is always ready to run away to protect yourself. Having an anxious avoidant or fearful avoidant attachment style doesn't mean you're stuck this way. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards understanding why you might feel or act in a certain way in your relationships. And with this understanding, you can start taking steps toward building healthier, more satisfying connections with others. Realizing how your early years affect your relationships today is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see what's been tripping you up. Understanding your attachment style, whether you cling too tightly, keep too much distance, or swing between the two, is like finding the key to a lock. It opens the possibilities for change. With that context in mind, let's turn our newfound understanding into action. Here are some steps you can take today. 1. Looking inward. Imagine taking a time machine back to your past. Reflecting or writing in a journal helps you see the patterns in your relationships. It's like being a detective in your own life story, spotting clues about why you act the way you do with people now. 2. Asking for help. Sometimes the journey gets tough and you need a guide. Therapists or counselors are like experienced travelers who have helped many people navigate their paths. They can help you work through old hurts that are affecting your present. 3. Mastering communication. Think of this as learning a new language, the language of expressing what you need and how you feel. Just like any language, it takes practice. The better you get, the easier it is to deeply connect with others. 4. Building self esteem. This is about recognizing your own value, just like polishing a gem until it shines. When you see your own worth, you bring more confidence to your relationships. Activities that make you feel good about yourself are like exercise that builds up your emotional muscles. While our childhood plays a significant role in shaping us, it doesn't have to define us. Every day, we have the choice to grow, learn, and build the kinds of relationships we desire. It's about taking action today, however small, to create a positive impact for our tomorrow. As we wrap up today's journey, remember, understanding your childhood's impact on your adult relationships is not about assigning blame. It's about gaining insight into why you are the way you are and how you can evolve into the person you want to be. It's a journey of transformation that starts with a single step, a step towards understanding, healing, and ultimately thriving in your relationships. Thank you for joining us at Everyday Mastery. Together, let's embrace growth, understanding, and the endless possibilities of tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into making every day a step towards mastery. By taking action today, you are on the path to achieving everyday mastery.